Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on December 6, 2022 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Bangun langkai te girim Sri Gurum Dhinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled Vanquishing the False Pride of So-Called Renunciates and Learned Scholars. Under the section, How Pradyumna Mishra Received Instructions from Ramananda Rai. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 5.83.
জগৎগুরু গৌরের লোকশিক্ষা রহস্য। আরেক স্বভাব গৌরের শোনো ভক্তগণ, ঐশ্বর্য স্বভাব গুরু করে প্রকটন।
There is yet another characteristic of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. O devotees, listen carefully to how he manifests his opulence and characteristics, although they are exceptionally deep.
Our Lord Chaitanya manifests his opulences.
How Lord Chaitanya manifests his opulences
Is described in this chapter.
is described in this chapter. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 5.84.
প্রাকৃত বর্ণাশ্রম ও পাণ্ডিত্যাদি সত্য ধর্ম বক্তৃত্বের নিদর্শন নহে। সন্ন্যাসী পণ্ডিত গণের করিতে গর্বনাশ, নিচ শূদ্র দ্বারা করেন ধর্মের প্রকাশ।
False pride of the so-called renunciates and scholars breaks real religious principles, even through a Shudra or low-born, fourth-class man. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. When a man is greatly learned in the Vedanta Sutras, he is known as a Pandita or learned scholar. Generally, this qualification is attributed to Brahmanas and Sannyasis. Sannyasa, the renounced order of life, is the topmost position for a Brahmana. A member of the highest of the four Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. According to the public opinion, a person born in Brahmana family, duly reformed by purificatory processes and properly initiated by a spiritual master, is an authority on Vedic ritual. When such a person is offered the sannyas order, he comes to occupy the topmost position. The Brahmana is supposed to be the spiritual master of the other three varnas, namely Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And the sannyasi is supposed to be the spiritual master even of the exalted Brahmanas. Generally, Brahmanas and sannyasis are very proud of their positions, spiritual positions. Therefore, to cut down their false pride, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached Krishna consciousness through Ramananda Rai, who was neither a member of the renounced order nor a born Brahmana. Indeed, Sri Ramananda Rai was a Grihastha belonging to the Shudra class. Yet, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arranged for him to be the master who taught Pradyumna Mishra, a highly qualified Brahmana born in a Brahmana family. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, although belonging to the renounced order, took instruction from Sri Ramananda Rai.
So,
In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited his opulence to Ramananda Rai. That is the special significance of this incident. According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy, Jai Krishna Tattva Vedta Shai Guru Hoy. Vedta Shai Guru Hoy. Anyone who knows the science of Krishna can become a spiritual master without reference to whether or not he is a Brahmana or. Ordinary people cannot understand the essence of Shastra, nor can they understand the pure character, behavior, and abilities of strict followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's principles. The Krishna consciousness movement is creating pure, exalted Vaishnava even from those born in families considered lower than those of Shudras. This proof that a Vaishnava may appear in any family as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.18. Kirata, Onas, Andharas, Pulindas, Pulkashas, Abiras, Shumbas, Yavanas, and members of the Kasha races, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord. Although due to his being the supreme power, I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Bhagavatam 2.4.18. By the grace of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, anyone can be completely purified, become a preacher of Krishna consciousness, and become the spiritual master of the entire world. This principle is accepted in all Vedic literature. Evidence can be quoted from authoritative Shastras showing how a low-born person can become the spiritual master of the entire world. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to be considered the most munificent personality, for he distributes the real essence of the Vedic Shastras to anyone who becomes qualified by becoming his sincere servant.
anyone can be recognized as a spiritual master
Anyone can be recognized as a spiritual master
by taking shelter of Lord Chaitanya
by taking shelter of Lord Chaitanya
and understanding the science of Krishna consciousness.
and understanding the science of Krishna consciousness.
Tattva Veda, Sri Guru Hai.
Jai Tattva Veda Shai Guru Hoy.
So, the real essence is to know the science of Krishna.
So the real essence is to know the science of Krishna.
That is the qualification.
That is the qualification. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antyalila 5.85.
দৃষ্টান্ত এক সন্ন্যাসী ভেষধারী স্বয়ং প্রভু ও শক্র বিপ্র মিশ্র উভয়েরই শুশ্রূষু শিষ্যরূপে গৃহস্থ বেশধারী ও অশুক্র বিপ্রকুলোদ্ভূত কৃষ্ণ কথা কীর্তনকারী শ্রী রায়কে গুরুত্বে বরণপূর্বক লোকশিক্ষা। ভক্তি প্রেম তত্ত্ব কহে রায় করি বক্তা আপনি প্রদ্যুন্ম মিশ্র সহ হয় শ্রোতা।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached about devotional service, ecstatic love, and the absolute truth by making Ramananda Rai, a Grahastha born in a low family, the speaker. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, himself the exalted Brahmana sannyasi, and Pradyumna Mishra, the purified Brahmana, both became the hearers of Ramananda Rai. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya that sannyasis in the line of Shankaracharya always think that they have performed all the duties of Brahmana, and that furthermore, having understood the essence of the Vedanta Sutra and become sannyasis, they are the natural spiritual masters of all society. Similarly, persons born in Brahmana families think that because they execute the ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Vedas and follow the principles of Smriti, they alone can become spiritual masters of the society. These highly exalted Brahmanas think that unless one is born in a Brahmana family, one cannot become a spiritual master and teach the absolute truth. To cut down the pride of these birthright Brahmanas and Mayavadi sannyasis, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proved that a person like Ramananda Rai, although born in a Shudra family and situated in the Grahastha ashrama, can become the spiritual master of such exalted personalities as himself and Pradyumna Mishra. This is the principle of the Vaishnava cult as evinced in the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. A person who knows what is spiritual and what is material and who is firmly fixed in the spiritual position can be Jagat Guru, the spiritual master of the entire world. One cannot become Jagat Guru simply by advertising oneself as Jagat Guru without knowing the essential principles of becoming Jagat Guru. Even people who never see what a Jagat Guru is and never talk with other people become puffed up sannyasis and declare themselves Jagat Gurus. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like this. Any person who knows the science of Krishna and who is fully qualified in spiritual life can become Jagat Guru. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally took lessons from Ramananda Rai and also sent Pradyumna Mishra, an exalted Brahmana, to take lessons from him.
In the Kumbh Mela, there were sannyasis
In the Kumbh Mela, there were sannyasis
who declared themselves as Jagadguru.
who declared themselves as Jagat Guru.
They never left the village.
But
They never left the village.
they never left the village.
So Prabhupada, he was actually Jagadguru, and he preached all over the world.
Srila Prabhupada is actually the Jagat Guru because he preached all over the world.
Although it just claimed to be Jagadguru without any qualification.
People just claim to be Jagat Guru without any qualification.
That's why Prabhupada, he preferred not to be called Jagadguru because of the misuse of this phrase.
So therefore Srila Prabhupada preferred not to be called as Jagat Guru because of the misuse of this phrase. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antelila 5.86
জবান কুলোদ্ভূত ঠাকুর হরিদাসকে জগৎগুরু ও নামাচার্যের পদবিধান। হরিদাস দ্বারা নাম মাহাত্ম প্রকাশ, সনাতন দ্বারা ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত বিলাস।
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited the glories of the holy name of the Lord through Haridas Thakur, who was born in a Muslim family. Similarly, he exhibited the essence of devotional service through Sanatana Goswami, who had almost been converted into Muslim.
Lord Chaitanya, to show that the real qualification
Lord Chaitanya, to show the real qualification,
to know the signs of Krishna,
is to know the signs of Krishna,
not to be your birthright or your ashram right.
not to be any birthright or any of your ashram right.
He made authorities like Haridas Thakur, Sanatana Goswami,
He made authorities like Haridas Thakur, Sanatana Goswami,
just to show this principle
just to show this principle
that real qualification is to know the science of Krishna.
That the real qualification is to know the science of Krishna.
This is the means by which Prabhupada spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world.
This is the means by which the Prabhupada spread the Sankirtan movement all over the world. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adhyaya Leela 5.87.
শ্লেষ্য সঙ্গে বাস করিয়াও শ্রী সনাতন কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত বা সম্বন্ধ গানের আচার্য ও শ্রীরূপ ব্রজপ্রেম ভক্তিরস বা অবিদেহের আচার্য। শ্রীরূপ দ্বারা ব্রজের প্রেম রসলীলা কে বুঝিতে পারে গম্ভীর চৈতন্যের খেলা।
Although the Lord fully executed the ecstatic love and trance through Srila Rupa Goswami, considering all this, who can understand the deep plans of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
By this standard, Lord Chaitanya predicted that the movement would spread to every town and village
By this,
of the whole world.
by this statement, Lord Chaitanya's prediction that his movement would spread in every town and village of the world
That would certainly come true.
will certainly come true. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adhyaya Leela 5.88.
শ্রী চৈতন্য লীলা সিন্ধুর বিন্দু লাভে জগৎ উদ্ধার। শ্রী চৈতন্য লীলায় অমৃতের সিন্ধু ত্রিজগৎ ভাসাইতে পারে যার এক বিন্দু।
The activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are just like an ocean of nectar. Even a drop of this ocean can inundate all the three worlds.
Haribo!
Haribo! Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. To inundate the three worlds with the nectar is the purpose of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How this could be possible was exhibited by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and later by Thakur Narottam Das and Shyamananda Goswami, who all represented the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now that the same mercy is overflowing the entire world through the Krishna consciousness movement, the present Krishna consciousness movement is non-different from the pastimes performed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was personally present. For the same principles are being followed and the same actions are performed without fail.
People still attached to the material concepts.
People are still attached to the material concepts,
Cannot understand this strategy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
cannot understand the strategy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
That birth and coming from a sinful background
That birth and coming from a sinful background
are all burned out if one understands the signs of Krishna.
are all burnt out if one understands the science of Krishna.
That is the real qualification.
That's the real qualification.
Haribo.
Hari Bol.
Haribo.
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adhyaya Leela 5.89.
শ্রদ্ধায় চৈতন্য লীলা অমৃত পান ফলে চিত বৃত্তির উদয়ে সম্বন্ধ জ্ঞান ও বিধেয় ও প্রয়োজন লাভ। চৈতন্য চরিতামৃত নিত্য কর পান যাহা হইতে প্রেমানন্দ ভক্তি তত্ত্ব জ্ঞান।
O devotees, relish daily the nectar of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For by doing so, one can merge in transcendental bliss and attain full knowledge of devotional service.
one reads every day the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya,
If one reads every day the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya,
the teachings of Lord Chaitanya,
the teachings of Lord Chaitanya,
they can be flooded with transcendental bliss.
they can be flooded with transcendental bliss.
This is the secret of attaining full knowledge and devotional service.
This is the secret of attaining full knowledge and devotional service.
Most people are not reading the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya
Most people are not reading the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya,
and not understand the real essence
will not understand the real essence
of Bhakti Yoga.
of Bhakti Yoga. Those people who are not reading the pastimes. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 5.90.
প্রভুর এইরূপ নীলাচল লীলা। এই মত মহাপ্রভু ভক্তগণ লইয়া নীলাচলে বিহরয়ে ভক্তি প্রচারিয়া।
Thus, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, accompanied by his associates, his pure devotees, enjoyed transcendental bliss in Jagannath Puri, Nilachala, by preaching the Bhakti cult in many ways.
Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in Jagannath Puri and Nilachal
So Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in Jagannath Puri or Nilachal
are establishing a real purpose of Bhakti Yoga.
and establishing the real purpose of Bhakti Yoga.
To understand Bhakti Yoga,
And to understand Bhakti Yoga,
I should simply study the pastimes and teachings of Lord Chaitanya.
one should simply study the pastimes and the teachings of Lord Chaitanya.
And preaching is something completely out of the box.
His preaching is something completely out of the box. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thus ends the chapter entitled Vanquishing the False Pride of So-Called Renunciates and Learned Scholars, under the section How Pradyumna Mishra Received Instruction from Ramananda Rai.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.